Welcome back to A Peek Inside Gator Football. And this week it has been a peek inside Gator basketball. And Gator Nation, what a night. The Florida Gators are headed to the Final Four after a thrilling 84-79 victory over Texas A&M. And let's be honest, we all lost years off of our life this evening. But this one kind of felt a little bit like magic there at the end. This was a game where really Florida was kind of down and out with just 6 minutes to go. It didn't feel like we had a whole lot of hope. Let's recap the first half before we talk about the thrilling comeback that we all just watched. But, coming into this game at the Chase Center in San Francisco, Florida was the number 1 seed and really riding high after what ended up being a dominant second half performance against Maryland in the Sweet 16. Meanwhile, the number 3 Texas Tech Red Raiders were fresh off an emotional overtime comeback win against Arkansas, led by the heroics of none other than Darren Williams. So what was at stake? Well, a trip to the Final Four in San Antonio. And it looked electric out there. Texas Tech came out hot. They really were on fire in the first half from beyond the arc. Florida battled to go into halftime with a 40-37 lead. But guys, that felt tight. That kind of felt like, I can't believe we went into halftime with a lead, because Texas Tech really did feel more dominant in the first half. Start the second half, kind of more of the same, right? 6 minutes to go. Florida is trailing by 10 points. And Texas Tech was totally controlling the tempo. I took a moment and looked at ESPN. There was a point in time where Texas Tech had over a 96% chance to win this game, according to ESPN. That's just crazy. But what happened? Oh, Walter Clayton Jr. happened. And folks, it was wild. Clayton really wasn't having his best game early on. And Texas Tech did a really good job limiting his clean looks. They played fantastic defense tonight. But when the Gators needed a spark, he delivered in, the most dramatic way possible. It started with a deep 3, then a layup in traffic, and before you knew it, another 3, then another, and another. Clayton finished with 11 points in the final stretch, really contributing to swinging that momentum Florida's way. We have talked about Clayton's ability to step up in big moments, but this was kind of next level. It was almost like the tougher the shot, the more confident he became. That clutch gene, he has got it. And now he is writing his own legend in Gator history. He might be the best guard that has ever played basketball for Florida. Maybe let's not tell him that for another week or two, but that's kind of what it feels like right now. And of course, I don't think we can talk about this win without giving massive credit to Thomas Haug. While Clayton stole the show late, it was Haug who kept Florida alive when things were looking rough. He played an incredible basketball game. He was aggressive attacking the basket when the rest of the team kind of struggled to score. And on defense, he had the near impossible task of dealing with Texas Tech's top scorers, J.J. Toppin and Darren Williams. And he held his own, and he gave Florida a fighting chance. Now let's break down the numbers, because if you look at the stat sheet, you might have thought the game went the other way. Texas Tech dominated on the offensive glass, grabbing 14 rebounds to Florida's 11. They shot 37% from 3, which is way above what they'd been averaging this entire tournament prior to today. Plus, they forced 12 Florida turnovers. But not only did they force those turnovers, but they converted them into 22 points. Honestly, this stat sheet, everything points to a Red Raider win. So how'd the Gators pull it off? Well, it's kind of simple. I think this team just refuses to quit. We've seen it before in this tournament. We saw it again tonight. Down late, backs against the wall, but Florida's belief in themselves never wavered. And let's not forget, this is not the cleanest basketball game that Florida has played. Honestly, I don't know that we've really seen a clean basketball game from Florida in this tournament. They have areas that they can improve on, especially taking care of the dang basketball. But at this point in the season, it's not about perfection. It's about survival. And the Florida Gators keep finding ways to survive. And that is a hallmark of a great team. So what's next? Florida now awaits the winner of Auburn, Michigan State. That game happens on Sunday, which is great for the Gators. It means they get an extra day of rest. And I think that that could be huge. One more win puts them in the national championship game. Guys, the national championship game. Can they do it? I don't know, but if we've learned anything about this team, it is that you absolutely can never count them out. This team is special. And, whether they win that Final Four game against either Auburn or Michigan State, or they don't, I think we're watching something really unique in this era of basketball. We're watching a team that plays for each other. We're watching not just one star carry everybody else, not just a bunch of individuals playing for their NIL money. We're watching a team that cares about each other, that refuses to quit. And for any of you guys that are like me, that you were on campus in Gainesville during the 05 and the 06 run, you know what you're watching right now. You see the similarities. I know you do. I've seen people tweet that Gainesville is electric tonight. Damn right it's electric tonight. And those of us that have been there know what that feeling is, right? And we know what's potentially coming down the pipeline. And it is a pretty awesome time to be a Gator. We have made the Final Four. This is the 6th time in school history. It's a big deal, guys. This is huge. I don't know if you're like me and you like to rep a Final Four shirt or hat or anything like that when we win. I love to do that. Alumni Hall has them in stock in Gainesville on Archer Road. They also have an online store. You can go to alumnihall.com. You can order your Final Four shirt and you'd have it in time to wear it for the Final Four game. So if you want a little piece of history, make sure you either hit up their store in Archer to grab it or you order online. I know I will be doing that as soon as I finish this video. But okay, guys, I want to know. Let me know down in the comments. Who was your MVP of the game? Was it Haug? Was it Walter Clayton Jr.? Who was it? Was it Martin? Tell me who is your MVP of the game. And what do you think Florida needs to do in the Final Four? I want to hear what you have to say. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It's the best way to stay up to date on all of our Gator basketball coverage. We're going to have a lot more coming your way this upcoming week. This is a historic run, and we are going to be there for it. As always, thanks for tuning in, and go Gators.